kind of understand or feel, to realize that, okay, this is Guru Puja, so she will be in the form of Guru. So there was a little bit more strictness, less mother, more Guru. So we really had to watch our attention. We don't make mistakes or do our best. It's not like, nothing to feel guilty about, but you wanted to, be on your best inside. So again, same protocols, it doesn't matter which puja, you had to foot soak, you had to be there ahead early and be ready to receive her. And so I'm going to share a couple of stories from 90s because pujas kept changing. They were evolving. Shri Mataji was changing them. There were no bhajans in the 70s. It was mantras and like sometimes, Sahasranam, like 1,000 names. Even not just for Havan. Sometimes she would, it would just organically, it was supposed to be a puja and then it would end up into these names that she would explain each meaning. So there was not a format, right? But that was the foundation years. In the 80s, none of that. There was a little bit more, it was more organized by her, like what should she want, what she expected. So in 70s, a lot of mantras, a lot of, yes, I've been in Havans, 1,000 names, and on the 70s, maybe early 80s. And then pretty soon, it was not needed. The foundation was set, basically, for the World Sahaj Sangha. So she had then moved it to a different level by 108 names of during Havan or even during Puja, 108 names of. And by then what had happened is yogis, especially in Maharashtra, had, with her guidance, had made 108, with Shri Mataji's name in it. So in India, what happened in Maharashtra, there's a lot of Sahasranams for everything, like Vishnu, there's already there. But those are names of Shri Vishnu, those are names of Shri Rama. But Shri Mataji, in Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji, her name was the mantra. So her name had to be there. So what it was she guided. There were people like Mr. Anandamle and people like that with the names, with her name, with her meaning. Nirmala, what does it mean? Sitting with them one-on-one. And then they formed, and there would be many approvals. So if she didn't like, yogis would also, not yogis, this one or two yogis that she chose for this job, is they would suggest, and she said, no, I'm not that. That's not my name. Then I'm talking about Shri Mataji's 108 names. So we witnessed that. Like there was a lot of feedback. It wasn't just done out of the blue. It was her choosing the names, explaining the meaning, that yogi writing it down in Marathi or Sanskrit. Then the translation she had to correct also. Like she didn't like some of the translations that yogi would do, and then she would. So it was a very much evolving process of the names, just her names, right? So there's a lot of power in that. So we don't want to alter or change any of that. We have a mantra book. We have it's been done by Shri Mataji, blessed by Shri Mataji, and even things like chakra chart. I remember, I would say it was like 71, 72. I was a little girl. I was sitting in the back. There was about 150 people in the public program, and I was doing my homework on a slate, we call Marathi Party with a chalk. And it was, I was doing my times tables because my exam for math was next day. I was 9 or 10 years old. And suddenly she called my name and she said, Party day, like give me your slate. So I honestly thought she's checking my homework. So I totally got really oh my God, now the whole 150 of them are going to know I made a mistake in my times table. So I go with the party and the slate, and she turned it around, which was blank on the other side, and she drew a chakra chart, which was just a triangle with 3 nadis, with the little lotus on the top and the Sushumna in the middle. And there's 150 of them, small plate, this particular slate this size. And then she's showing everybody, so everybody's coming closer and looking on this diagram of what the subtle system looks like, because there was no chart. There was, this is 70, very early 70s. And I know I was super relieved that it was not my homework she wanted to check. So and then she gave it to me. There's a little sweet thing, story there, that when I gave the slate to her, she did look at my times table. But I was so nervous that she's going to find a mistake. I don't recall much, but when I went and sat down in the back, she had put a little tick mark. So she had actually checked talk about multitasking. Here she's drawing the chakra chart on the back, and then she checks my homework and puts a little tick, and I was like, oh, she saw my homework, So it was very much intimate, very soon enough. One of the yogis, Moreshwar was his name, he was an artist. He was only 12 or 13, and he felt inspired to draw a chakra chart. And he came to Shri Mataji, and of course, she was happy that he was doing it, but there were many corrections to be made. So the spelling of Muladhara, that it went through 3-4 corrections, and the final chakra chart was approved. And then we had one chakra chart that was made for the whole collective that had to go from everywhere she went. We had to take until somebody said, it's not working, there's programs everywhere, we need more than one chakra charts. And then, so things like that. So it was very much organic, learning as we go. Attention always on Shri Mataji. And so again, with puja specifically, I feel like we have to ready ourselves before any puja. For us, the puja, doesn't matter what it's called, Krishna, Ganesh, whatever, is a Atma, Paramatma puja. We really have to, within us, be ready that today, at this day, my Atma is going to connect to the all-pervading Paramatma. And if you have that feeling of it's bhakti, it's adoration, it's as a poet, you could write poetry on that. Honestly, it's such a deep meaning, right? It's that connection that we came here for. She chose us, right? We came into Sahaja Yoga. We were chosen by Paramatma, by the all-pervading, to be her children, and we need to stand up to it. We need to keep that as our priority. It's okay if you forget a little bit something in the offering of it, because that's an external puja. I am not saying we should break protocols that have been going on, but I think the inside puja is a lot more precious, more where you absolutely have to remember why you are here, what is your purpose, what is this puja about. Is for you, this 300 Atmas have to connect to her, the Paramatma. And once that is okay, things are just, the vibrations flow. I don't even know, I've made so many mistakes in pujas, in Sakshat pujas, where in the offerings. I have made personally mistakes in the offerings. I can give quick example. She came in 85 to San Diego. We got married in 84. I was the first Indian yogini who came from India. I was only 22. And no experience in puja preparation. Shri Mataji arrived in San Diego. So I prepared what I thought should be for puja. Now, little bit I had been experienced in India with the grown-ups, but I never was doing it all, like the whole puja preparation. I was too young. And so anyway, I knew that sandalwood pleases the divine. So we have this in Marathi, we call sahan cord and cord. Sahan is the stone and cord is the sandalwood. And you make this fresh sandalwood paste, right? So you just put water and you keep rubbing. And so I made like little small container of it. And then Shri Mataji, of course, when she came and she saw the puja prepare, it's only me. They were all Americans in the ashram. There was no other Indian No other Indian had been matched to an American yet, so I'm the only one. And she looks at it and she said, Chandanacha lep, means is it a sandalwood paste? How did you make it? So I said, Shri Mataji, with hand. So she said, only this much? Because I had a little small container. I don't know but so, and then she said, okay, now put it on my feet. And I thought when you put on the feet, we're going to put on the top of the feet. So she wanted the whole soles of the feet rubbed with that little sandalwood paste. I felt so ashamed because it was like 2 teaspoons that I made. And she has 2 feet with all the soles she wanted, because she said that the sandalwood absorbs the heat. It's very cooling. And she wanted all the soles of the feet with sandalwood salep or that paste. So I understood, okay, it's my Nabhi too. I should have been generous, right? It's how long it takes to make a little bit more paste. It's just, but again, nobody to guide me. There was no aunties, no grown-ups, no Indians, even in Sahaja Yoga. So next year I make a nice full katori of it. And same thing, she comes, that's 86, 87, probably, and another puja. And she looks at it and she goes, but my feet are not hot, she said. So when I made the large amount, she didn't need it. But when I didn't make, she wanted it for her soul. So that taught me that we don't know anything. We really don't know anything with the divine. We are human, and we are realized humans, but there's a big, divinity is divinity. That is, you cannot second guess, you cannot think ahead, you have to let go completely and do it with joy. It's okay. She is not this is not even